On this episode, I'm going to be talking about Shohei Ohtani and why I believe he's one of the most fascinating players in the game of baseball today.
I think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. Had it with the things you do. I think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. But maybe, just maybe, one more dance, little bit of romance. Go ahead and take my hand, 100-second chance.
This is my second video now on Ohtani. I did a bit earlier about his pitching debut. Since then he has yet to pitch, but he's had a couple games at bat, and he's been anything but disappointing. After 4 games at the plate, he's hitting a downright impressive .389 with 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. No, I'm not a baseball scout, so I'm not going to be giving my response or scouting report based on his fundamentals, his tools, or anything like that. But what I will talk about is how exciting that it's been for baseball and fans alike. I touched on this a bit in my last video, but after the last couple games, it's been truly interesting to follow ESPN, SportsCenter, MLB, all of their respective social media accounts, and see the extremes from fans. People who are saying that he's going to be the next Babe Ruth, and then the other side of the spectrum saying, well, it's only been a couple games and I still think he's going to be a complete bust. While both sides are fair, and I personally believe that he'll wind up somewhere in the middle of that, I think it's very good for the sport. I think it's very good for the game. This is a lot of press and a lot of focus internationally from around the world. And it's only doing good if you look at it from the right point of view. You can look at this press from the perspective that I am, or from the lens that I am, and seeing just how great it is that the Angels are getting all this press, that Major League Baseball is getting all this press. Even local news stations are touching on it, which is very, very cool to see. But there are a lot of people who are looking at it from the other side of the spectrum and saying, well, he doesn't deserve all this hype, and it's downright annoying to see all these different posts day in and day out and hear all this and that about him, which is somewhat fair. But you have to look at it from the bigger picture. Baseball is going to post about their most polarizing people. Right now, that's him. He may only have a couple games under his belt, but just like they always post about Bryce Harper every time he hits a home run, it's in baseball's best interest and in these stations' best interest to post about that, because that's what the most people are searching. If you go on RotoWorld MLB right now, I think Ohtani has something like double the amount of searches compared to the next closest guy. So they're obviously going to do what's best for their response and best for their engagement. Just like I'm doing 2 videos on Ohtani when I think the only other guy I've done 2 videos about was Sammy Watkins in football, and that was because in free agency he had a couple of news stories within the same week. So it makes sense for different outlets to be posting more about him because there's a lot more hype and a lot more engagement around his content right now. So you have to remember that when you're leaving comments saying, I'm so tired of hearing about him, I really hope that they stop posting about him, because it makes the most sense for them and for these platforms. I also want to stress that while it's okay to be annoyed or frustrated with the amount of press surrounding him, you shouldn't be taking it out on him. I see so many posts stating that they hope that he starts doing bad so that the hype goes away. I don't understand why people wish negative on other people. He's just a kid here to play ball. There's no reason that you should be trying to see him fail. If you're going to be frustrated with these media outlets. Be frustrated with these sports pages. They're the ones continuously putting it in your face. He's just out there playing a game. Never wish ill upon anyone in any aspect of life. It's a pretty low form of person to wish that somebody else fails. So take your anger out or take your frustrations out on the media outlets themselves, not him as a player. Regardless of the media and regardless of the hype, I hope that he continues to do well. For no other reason than it's great for the game of baseball. And it's very exciting to see a young man reaching his goals and going after his dreams. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate your time. Have a great day.